You're welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to look at pig farming. Now, our discussion today will be based on some video clips that my subscribers sent to me and the challenges they are facing, what they are facing in their farms. So I decided to bring it to us so that everyone will benefit from what I have shared to them and also learn, and then we grow together. Now, if you are facing any problem, do the same. Just record the video your farm and send it to me. We'll try our best to help you and give you some answers the way we could. Now, let's look at it. Your success in pig farming depends on these four factors majorly. Your success depends on these four factors, and the major one is feeding, followed by hygiene. These are two important factors that you don't need to compromise with it. Now, let's look at the feeding. Now, you don't just go to the farm and give them feeds anytime you like. No, there should be schedule. You should have a specific time that you go to the farm to give them, to feed them. That way their system will be used to, even in human beings. If you are the type that eat anytime you like, it will always affect your system, and one way or the other you'll be sick and your immune system will be weak. That is the same thing is applied to animals. You should have a feeding time, a feeding schedule. In the evening and in the morning, twice a day or 3 times a day, whichever way you want to feed it, there should be feeding schedule too. Don't just because they look at it that they are animals and then you feed them anyhow. If you look at it that your feeds are not rich enough, please go get some multivitamin for you to boost the growth and development of your pigs. You need to give them multivitamin in all their feeds. There should be multivitamin added either to the water or to their feeds. Another thing that you can also add that will help, I always mention it whenever I'm discussing pig farming. I always mention blood meal because it's the game changer. Mix it with your feed. It will go a long way to improve the health and development of your pigs. That is for feeding. I don't want to dwell much on this because I've created a video on pigs feed formulation. Now, let's look at personal hygiene. Now, one of the videos I will show you. Now, one of the video, the one you can see on the screen, you can see that this farmer has 2 pots of feeds. One side is for drinking and one side is for feeds. You don't do that. Is a very big mistake. In piggery, you don't do that. If you do that, the pigs like water. They love water. Wherever they see water, they go there to wallow and also defecate. So if in your farm you create these 2 places, no, remove one or don't put water in that one. The secret is whenever you are feeding them, include their water, or your water should always be in their feeding trough wherever you put their feed. That is the secret. So one of the easiest way to keep them healthy is don't separate their water from their feed. All you need to do is mix the required amount you need for their feeds. Mix it, let it be the normal feed. Give it to them. You don't just pour the feed and walk away. Allow them to eat. When once you see that they have eaten 95% of what you pour in there, you can add the water. Mix your water with multivitamin. Pour it inside and they will drink. They will never urinate inside. They will never defecate inside. Another simple way that you can also build a drinker is that you make it higher than they can access. They can climb to urinate or defecate inside. Like make it in a higher point. Let it be high to the point that only their mouth will access the water. That way they cannot climb to defecate or urinate inside. So they can easily go there to drink. And if you make it the same level, or the floor level, they will always go inside to defecate, and that way they will pollute the water and still drink it, and it will generate a lot of sickness and infections. So make it higher, or you buy nipple drinker. That way also you have solved the problem. They will only go there to suck the water. This next clip you can see wounds on the back. The 2 things can cause that. The reason for these wounds may be just 2 factors. Number 1, you keeping your pigs, the female and the male together, and the male are matured. The female is not on heat. The male want to have sex, and so there will be that fight. The female will not accept it, and the male will be ready to fight. to get what he wants. So that will lead to this kind of bruise, this kind of fight. Also, if you meet them, maybe two males with one female, this fight, this battle for who will rule will be there. So separate them. Quickly separate them. It will help you a lot. Also, when the feeds are not enough, they do all kind of things when they are hungry. So don't always starve them. Don't always starve them if you don't want this kind of result. So for you to avoid this wound, because this wound can, they can get infected. And once they get infected, they no longer develop fine, and then you run at loss. Now let's look at the breeding rate. If you want to grow, once your mother pig put to bed, try your best to feed that pig very well and the piglets so that they will grow. After 1 or 1.5 months, 2 months, please separate them, wean them. And then once you wean them, still feed the mother pig very well for another 1 or 2 months. That way, when it takes in the second or third time or fourth time, as the case may be, when it takes in again, the next result will be better than the first. If you feed them well, because if the first birth gives you maybe 10, you don't expect only 10 again the next time. That is just the beauty of piggery. The next time should be 12 or 14. So how will you get that? Is how you feed them. And when you introduce the male, you must learn to introduce the male at the right time. Not just because you want to grow fast. After 2 months, you introduce the male. Even if it's a human being, you can imagine how that woman will suffer and have health challenges. So allow the system of that pig to be ready again, to be strong and ready again to take in, and then introduce the male. When you do that, you will have better result. So the time for you to introduce the male to the female is very, very important. Finally, let's look at the breed, the type of pig you have. The breed of pig that you have in your farm will determine your growth, the increase, because there are some pigs that they don't make good mothers. They don't care about their babies. There are some pigs that you will feed and feed and feed and they will not grow. There are some local breeds that you will even regret buying or stepping into pig farming. So the breed is very, very important. You must carefully select the breed, the type of breed that you will introduce to your farm. Now, another game changer is that if you have a good male, even if your female is not all that good in terms of growth, and you crossbreed, it may affect the child in a positive way. So the male should always be a very big, giant, fast-growing male, and then get one good female also. That way you have better result. Now, if you want to grow fast and you're always selling your pigs, anyhow, you sell every day, you sell. Whenever you have small challenge at home, you come and sell one. You will not grow. You will not even, really accumulate anything. You will not really notice whether you are making profits or not. And so you must learn to sell during festive period. That way, it will have more value. It will have more value because as at that time, the cost of meat, the cost of birds, the cost of everything is high. So also the cost of your pork meat or pigs will be very high. So these are some things that I decided to share with us. If you have any further question or you are facing any challenge in your piggery, in your pig farm, please record the video and send it to us. With that, we will analyze the farm, look at it, and make sure that we give you the necessary counsel. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video. Bye-bye.